following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Soulz coming to you live from the Ballroom Network. We got Danikin, we got Zim. I'm hanging out talking Bears footballs with my amigos.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. There's a lot of Bears news today, man. First of all, the Bears signed a couple guys. Yeah. Did you guys know?
Yeah.
I saw one of them.
You saw one of them? I saw one, and I thought it was, there we go. That's
Salvin Ahmed. When the Dolphins were plugging running backs in, they had like a bunch of success. Pretty soon, like Salvin Ahmed was running for 100 yards in games.
Yeah.
It was like Raheem Mostert. I forget who the other ones were too.
Yeah, he's got that clear straight line explosiveness. That one man miss kind of gets the open field and. Injured after a pretty gruesome injury on a hip drop tackle last year. So, Bears are just kicking the tires, seeing what they can do for depth. It's a low risk, high reward kind of signing, which it seems like they've been big fans of, since Ryan Poles got there. So why not?
Bears running back room looks like this right now. You got DeAndre Swift, Cal Monangai. They're locks. The rest of the guys, I don't know. I mean, some people would say Roschon Johnson is a lock, but I'm not so sure.
Not at this point in his career.
Yeah.
He's in the last year of his rookie contract. They let him go. Yeah, they take the hit this year, but they take a hit on him whether he's on the roster or not this year. So they got nothing to lose.
$1 million cap.
Roschon is not a lock, man. I like him, and I thought he could be really, really good. I thought he could be a real good second back. Yeah, but you're surprised?
I'm surprised. I mean, I don't think he's usually you're the defender of Bears guys, like Jay Moore and stuff, but I don't think he's really a Ben Johnson type, even though they share a last name, no relation, but they
that we know of.
We know he's not a Ben Johnson type running back.
Yeah, he's a bigger back, but he has speed. He has really good speed. But he's a bigger back. He's like more of a one cut back. If you think of somebody like him, he's like an Arian Foster. Arian Foster was a bigger back.
Yeah.
And he was a one cut guy. You get to the line, you run him off guard or something like that, and he makes that one cut and he gets upfield. And that's what type of running back Roschon Johnson is. I just watched him because I follow Texas football, and he was really good at Texas. He played behind Bijan Robinson. He was converted from quarterback, believe it or not. You know what I mean? So when he first went there, he was a quarterback, and he was converted into a running back. I thought he had what it took. And if you look at his scouting reports and things like that, when he first got drafted, a lot of people thought that he could be a starting caliber running back in the league. But those head injuries, man, are not, they're nothing nice, man. And I think it kind of set him back. And with development, once you get to a certain age, man, they're not willing to put that much into your development at that point. It's pretty much on your own type situation.
I wish I knew how old he was.
I think he's like 25 now, isn't he? 25, 26?
Let me see. Roschon is, hold on a second. Look, he played 4 offensive snaps last season. He's 25. You're right. 102 special team snaps. He is kind of a a decent special teams player. Seven games, 7 tackles, 102 snaps, total snaps, I guess, on the season. But you have, like I said, you have now we have Salvin Ahmed. Britton Brown had a 100-yard game last year. I probably like him a little bit better than Roschon Johnson, I would imagine. And then Deion Hankins, who spent the year on injured reserve, 5'11", 226. And the new rookie undrafted free agent, who I like. If you watch his tape, he's shifty, catch the ball real well. He's got some breakaway speed. Coleman Bennett out of Kennesaw State. And now Salvin Ahmed joins that room. But last year they kept, 4 running backs? Or 3?
Yeah.
4. Travis Homer is gone now. So last year it was Roschon Johnson and Travis Homer joining Manungai and Swift, who got the bulk of the carries.
Right.
But Danikin is of the mind that Roschon Johnson may not survive final cutdown. Zim, what do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Like I was saying before, he cost the Bears the same amount of money, whether he's on the roster or not. You've got nothing to lose by letting him go. He's all guaranteed, not going anywhere. You can't move it. You can't do anything with it. And at the same time, his production is what it is. And a lot of these guys, they're trending towards a faster ball club. At the end of the day, if they're really looking at those final 5-6 roster spots and they're trying to figure out who's who, they're going to say line up at the end zone. First one to the next end zone gets a roster spot. And I'm being a little facetious with that, but that's kind of how they're going to figure this out at a certain point, is who's the best gunner, who's the best punt coverage guy, who's your best inline blocker on a kickoff, That's what's going to decide it. And you need certain body types. You need certain guys in those positions at this point. And with the changes, you don't need as many big body running backs. You need more speed to get down the field and strength to get them out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt. Look, when Matt Eberflus was coach here, Roschon Johnson was money on the goal line.
Man, he was
hand him off short.
Yeah, but who else is money on the goal line these days? The guy ahead of him on the depth chart, Manungai.
Yeah, this is the name of the game, man. You know what I mean? Like at this point in time, I like having these types of conversations because it lets me talk about what I always like to talk about, and that is stacking guys on top of guys, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a guy here and you stack another guy, I mean, Roschon was there. They got they got Swift, then they got Manungai. You're stacking them on top, so you're getting better, and it's up to him to get better, right? And I thought no shade to Roschon. I thought he would have some of the qualities and skill set to be a really good running back, but like I said, those head injuries, man, you got to be careful with him. He missed a lot of games, you know what I mean? And you got a new regime in there. They're not tied to you, so they're not going to
they didn't draft him.
They're not going to show you love and just say, hey, you're my guy. I drafted you. Let me get you on the field. That's not going to happen. You gotta get out there and get it. So, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? But for a while, like we said, I mean, he provided them some energy, some punch. And I remember watching games, and it was like when he was in the game, he would run people over. He was physical. And that's pretty much what got him some of the head injuries that he got, to be honest with you.
Catch the ball real well out of the backfield, too. The other guy they signed, not a running back, but ironically probably competition for Roschon Johnson on special teams and no relation, Anthony Johnson, Jr., former Packers safety, former Giants, Iowa State safety, drafted in the 7th round, 2023 by the Packers. A special teams player.
Yeah. Camp body, man. That's a camp body.
Camp body. Look, last year defensive backs, they were running through them, Danikin. I don't know how many. Our 5th cornerback ended up starting Deshaun Wright. But yeah, and then they brought in a couple cornerbacks, Sam Webb and Navi Johnson. Johnson, 2-time Super Bowl champ with the Chiefs. You think they're looking for that Nahshon Wright catching lightning in a bottle, Zim?
Maybe.
Again, no relation. Navi Johnson, no relation to Anthony Johnson and Roschon.
At this point, like anybody that they're looking at this point, it's just a flyer, like you said, trying to catch lightning in a bottle. It's this. If they were to do anything, it would be this year's equivalent to Nahshon Wright. How often did they catch that 2 years in a row? Like it's so unlikely. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that like that's not the plan for any of these guys, and any of these guys that are coming in are flyers. They're camp bodies more than anything, and it's up to them to make their own future. And like that is part of the exciting part of this game, right? Like who expected Nahshon Wright to come in and do his thing last year? A lot of people are banking on Jedrick Wills to do the same thing this year. So, any one of these guys really could come out of the woodworks and pop off, but I'm not going to expect it from anyone. I'm just going to sit back and wait.
You think maybe Jedrick Wills makes the team?
I do.
Jedrick, yeah, I think he does.
But at this point, I'm kind of hanging out to like the third week of August before I make any definitive statements on stuff like that, Yeah.
I think he's gonna be well enough to make the team. That's what you want, though. At this point in time, you're signing camp bodies. These are guys who are young enough to actually play. Maybe, you create that competition, and you light a fire under your veterans. That's like, okay, this guy's gonna come in hungry. He's gonna want to earn something. It doesn't matter what he's doing, right? Even if he doesn't stick with the Bears because of what he does in camp or in preseason games, he may get another opportunity with another squad who is in desperate need of a player like his caliber. So, you know what I mean? It's competition and lights a fire under the veterans to say, hey, you're not going to come and take my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, on top of it, the Bears still have, at this point, after signing these two guys, I think 2 open roster spots. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't remember off the top of my head.
After signing Ahmed and Anthony Johnson Jr., they're going to have to cut 2 guys, really, to be honest.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I didn't think they were at the 90-man limit even after signing their undrafted free agent class.
Well, I mean, Bears now with what's that?
And they actually, reminder to the
Harrison Graham said they have to cut a couple guys, but he could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I'm not 100% sure where the 90-man roster stands. If I remember right, they were only at 86, 87, something like that after their UDFA additions. So it's more about where do you want to fill out those last, 5 spots on your 90-man roster. These are guys that probably aren't going to join the team anyway. And yes, as Cliff was saying, I was leading up to that they get 1 international exemption because they have Torrey Taylor still under a rookie contract.
What about Jordan Vandenberg? Isn't
he may be
South African exemption, maybe?
Yeah, he may be eligible for that exemption as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, they get 1 international exemption regardless. And as long as they're on a rookie contract, it's a no-brainer to put them on there to get that 1 extra roster spot. And yeah, as I was saying, you got to fill out these back 5 spots regardless, right? So what would you rather fill them out with? Guys that are complete unknowns or guys that maybe just haven't gotten that opportunity yet, So you give it to the guy who is just waiting for his shot, who needs the fire lit under his ass or needs to be the guy to light the fire under somebody else's ass. And that's where you find these diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. They brought in, like I said, a couple cornerbacks looking for that lightning in the bottle. Nahshon Wright is gone. His heir apparent is gone, Zay Frazier. I mean, once they drafted this guy, Zay Frazier's days were numbered, obviously, in hindsight. They were like, thanks for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to you, son.
Thank you for the contribution.
Yeah, exactly. But Anthony Johnson competing for backup safety depth, special teams depth. I do have his RAS, one of those RAS guys. Man, oh, that's not the right one. Sorry, it's Anthony Johnson. He is a raw RAS of 813. That was his measurables and stuff.
That does not surprise me.
They like those RAS guys, don't they?
Honestly, it surprises me that it's below an 8.5.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, before I would, when we first were doing the show in this off season, it kept bothering me, nagging me. It was in the back of my head that the Bears were going to trade DJ Moore, and I tortured you guys by bringing it up every week.
Yeah.
But it ended up with this. For now, the one thing that's doing the same thing to me is the Bears stadium situation. And this headline caught my eye, Zim.
Yeah. Giant slag heap near hazardous waste sites for the Bears' new stadium.
Danikin, I'm not sure if they're still considering Northwest Indiana after this.
Like literally, the site is a human waste dump site. And like we all knew that. It was kind of the elephant in the room when they started talking about Hammond, Indiana. Like there's a reason that Chicago sort of cuts off right at the state line and doesn't have more suburbs into Western Indiana. It's
I mean,
you knew it.
Heap Stadium, Danikin.
You get tired of it, man, because you know that they're a bargaining chip, right? So Hammond is a bargaining chip. That's what they are, right? And it's to get some flexibility from the state of Illinois and politics as usual in the state of Illinois and Chicago, of course, to lower them taxes, man, on that site in Arlington Heights, right? So I think that's pretty much what Hammond is. And I still think that they'll be in Arlington Heights at some point. I think they'll figure that out. Possibly,
that's the
hopefully,
ideal spot. It's unbelievable that they haven't sorted that out. This is a statement from today. Governor Pritzker acknowledged that he spoke with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and maintained that the Bears and the NFL are only considering a new stadium in Arlington Heights or Indiana and not Chicago. That was good, says Pritzker. It was short. I wanted to let Goodell know and keep him up to date on what was happening, Pritzker said of his conversation. I will say that it's clear from statements by the Bears and statements by the NFL that there really are only two places that the Bears are considering having their stadium going forward, and that's in either the state of Indiana or in Arlington Heights. So really like confirmation, not anything we really didn't know. Right. But
I do appreciate
Fitz is here.
Hello?
We have Fitz here. Where's Fitz? Yeah, I'm trying to get you. I don't know what happened to the layout.
There he is.
Where is it?
Hello.
Hold on a second. Let me add in one here. What the heck? Where's my four? There it is. Okay. All right, 4-man. Here we go. Fitz, welcome aboard. Any chance, like, if the Bears do move to Hammond, you'll visit Slag Heap Stadium?
Yes. So for a moment there, I thought they were talking about Lambeau Field, but
your thoughts on the Bears? I mean, look, I can't let this go. It's like, it's like when I kept saying DJ Moore was probably going to get traded. I tortured everybody with that every week. But my thing is the Bears stadium right now. That and pass rush help.
Yeah. Are you asking me about the stadium or the pass rush?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on what has happened? What's transpired in the past week? Goodell, Bears, owners meeting in Orlando. They definitely talked about what the Bears were going to do with their stadium situation, and of course, Northwest Slag Heap Field is waiting to be built in Northwest Indiana. But the Bears really want to go to Arlington Heights. They have no tax assurances. There's no infrastructure plan in place. There's nothing in Chicago in place either.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's amazing because they just announced that I don't know if you've talked about this tonight yet, but Nashville is getting the Super Bowl in 2030.
Yeah.
They started their stadium talk like a year after the Bears started. So it's like that's how bad this has gotten for Illinois and Chicago. It's like you got somebody who came on a year after the Bears got their land and everything and started talking, and they've already got a Super Bowl lined up in 4 years. And we've still got, oh my gosh, I don't know what Brandon Johnson's trying to prove there is no plan. I mean, Chicago is gone. It just is. I wish it weren't the case, but it is. And Arlington Heights is going to be the thing. Somebody's got to just take the bull by the horns and get the thing done. It's ridiculous. It's making everybody look bad right now. And
Governor Pritzker.
Yeah, I posted that the McCaskies are so lucky to have Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams right now to distract from this. Because if that wasn't the case, if they're coming off a 6-11 record with Matt Eberflus or something, you can just write the script right there, just how bad this would be right now.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
It would. And Governor Pritzker had some choice words from Mayor Johnson, talking about how late he was to come to the table with zero plan.
Right.
Zero plan.
Yeah, if he's got one, he hasn't told anyone. It's just there's talk about just he's trying to just be a thorn in the side of Pritzker because Pritzker hasn't helped him. Just the whole politicking thing. But it's like, man, the issue's gone. Just it's not going to happen. And but it's like every week he just comes up with something else. So it's gonna end up in Arlington Heights, I think, or just they'll just keep playing out. And when does the lease run out in Soldier Field?
2033,
2033. Well, it could be.
They can buy their way out of it, though. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they can buy their way out of it at any time. It's just a matter of how expensive it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's been revealed what the price is for them to buy their way out of it. But you mentioned Caleb Williams, and thank God we have him. Recently, Colin Cowherd said that he's top 3 quarterback already. That no one makes the type of plays that Caleb Williams does, except for Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Anybody got any thoughts on Colin Cowherd coming around to placing Caleb in the top 3?
I can go, but I want to let somebody else go, and then I got a thought on this one. Yeah,
I think he's projecting, what he could be after this year, because it could well be. I mean, he's right. There's just things he does that no one else besides those two can do. But, get ahead of myself. But yeah, I think it's just projecting what we could be saying by the end of this year or the following year.
Yeah,
probably.
It's definitely. I think it's way overboard for him to be saying something like that. I think what it is a concerted effort, in my opinion, to drum up hype about Caleb Williams. And if somehow, some way he falters, then everybody can start bashing and dog walking him like they normally do, right? That's what they do to Chicago Bears players. I mean, I'm just being honest, because you can't possibly really think that a guy that plays in the same league as Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, guys who have won MVPs, right? Josh Allen, you got in here. You got all these other guys. You can't say that he's top 3. Who do you kick out of that? You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal there? So, to me, I think it's an effort to drum up that hype, and I think it's too lofty of expectations. And when you put these lofty expectations, like when Caleb was drafted, right? When he was drafted, it was like everything is going to be peaches and creams. He's going to, all of a sudden, we're going to be a 13-win team. He's that much better than Justin Fields. And then the bottom, you know what I mean? We were at the bottom again. We struggled. It was tough. He had growing pains, so on and so forth. So I don't like placing those types of expectations on a young player. Let him earn it first, man. You know what I mean? And then you can expect that. But let him earn it first. Like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in Caleb Williams' game.
Yeah, I agree with you. The NFL certainly is excited about the potential, though. I mean, there are seven primetime games, I think, or standalone games.
Mm-hmm.
You got Eagles Monday Night Football, Patriots Thursday Night Football, Buccaneers Sunday Night Football, Thanksgiving, a Saturday Night Football standalone game, and a Christmas game. That's six standalone games nationally televised. for the Bears. And I wanted to get into the
Tooch just wanted to say 6'7" like the young ones do.
I don't even know what it means, man. I'm so old. Want to get into a little in depth into the schedule because I think there's some things. Maybe you guys could we'll give our thoughts on a season total at the end. But week 1 we open up on the road at the Panthers September 13th. Looks like I would count this as a win if the Bears are prepared. Last year they did start a little slow, Zim.
Yeah, that's my thing.
It was 0-2.
Every season that I've looked at the Bears' week 1 opponent and said, yeah, they should go out and win that, dating back to like 2011 at this point, they've lost every single one of them. So it's like, I'm done thinking about week 1 in that regard. You know what I'm thinking about week 1? This is a marquee matchup of 2 number 1 overall picks in one of the biggest trades of NFL history that are going to get to duke it out. Week 1,
you nailed it.
All the hype is there. Fan bases, if you can find a Panthers fan to talk shit to for the next 6 months, like, go for it. I personally have known one in my entire life. And let me tell you, when I say Panthers fan, this man owned a Jake Delhomme jersey. All right. He was in it. So, but I tell you, like, I don't know. It's honestly, it's a nice way to start the season. No huge storylines, but good enough storylines to follow.
That trade revisited, and then you got to also think that we did turn around and trade DJ. We got to keep him for 2 years, trade him away, and get another draft pick. So you throw him in there too if you want to extend the trade. You know what I mean? To revisit the trade completely.
Right, we moved up. That ended up being Sam Roush.
Yeah,
that pick turned into. Let's see, pick 69 and 144. So that would be Sam Roush. And is that
Keyshawn
Elliott?
Yeah. So, the trade was just outstanding for Chicago, to be honest with you.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep, an amazing trade.
Dividends.
Like Zim said, that's what we're visiting when we visit the Panthers. Opening up on the road in this one.
It turned into Malik Muhammad. They traded. They used that 144 pick to trade up and get Malik Muhammad.
Even better. Okay,
so Sam Roush and Malik Muhammad. So the trade with the Panthers keeps paying dividends.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bryce Young did kind of play well towards the end, Stu Dog. And he definitely won that trade, man. This is one of the greatest trades of all time. I talk about Herschel Walker, Ricky Williams trades. This one's got to be up there, maybe 3rd place, 4th place.
Well,
you get a Super Bowl out of it, yeah.
I was going to say, time will tell on that one. Pump the brakes a little bit. Like, here's the thing. If the Panthers go on and win a Super Bowl out of this, they won the trade. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts. If Bryce Young wins the Super Bowl on the Panthers, they won the trade. At the same time, if Caleb Williams wins a Super Bowl on the Bears, they won the trade. Yeah. There is a situation where both these teams actually win this trade in the event that they both end up with a ring out of it.
Yep.
I think the Bears have definitely gotten more value out of it at this point in time, but it is way too early in both of these young budding stars' careers to say that. I mean, Bryce Young looked like a complete bust up until about midway through last season, when something clicked in the dude's brain and he went full Darnold on us and said, "Nah, hold up. I got this shit."
Yeah.
We'll see. I believe that it's a win for the Bears. We got a quarterback. We got the better quarterback. A
lot of stuff, man.
We got a ton of players. And if the Bears can't capitalize on it, then they're at fault. It's not going to be because of the trade. It's going to be their fault for not capitalizing on it and making that trade produce even more dividends. When it comes to
I'm going to say we're 1-0 after week 1.
I would hope so.
You guys kind of agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Hey, one thing that I wanted to say, just because we were talking about Carolina, it just popped into my head. I like Cam Newton's list of the top quarterbacks. Yeah. I think he had Caleb Williams at 7. Yep. I see that looks better to me. Him at 7, I can deal with that. But him at 3, top 3, I'm not going to put him up there. I think that's way too lofty of expectation.
I think that's valid.
I mean,
I still think top 10 is a little high considering what he's done so far. You know, it's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
That play against the Rams, though. That's like everybody's Fitz.
Yep.
Think about it like this: if you have say the top how many teams make the playoff? 14 teams total, right? Is he better than 4 of those quarterbacks? He's probably top 10.
I think he's easily better than 2 of those quarterbacks. Another 2, I think you can make a case for, and another 3, you could flip a coin on, you know?
Okay.
And at that point, which is why I say like 7's not unreasonable.
Right.
But I still think it's just a little premature. I need to see him do it again, you know? And this is coming from me, guys. I want to explain myself just a little bit in saying that it took 2 seasons of Shohei Ohtani doing what he's been doing for me to finally say, all right, we're seeing something generational here. All right.
Like, you're one of those guys I need to see more. I need to see more.
I need to see the pattern. It can't be a flash in the pan. It can't be a coincidence. It has to be a true pattern.
Yeah.
Let's bring up Matt Stafford with him. MVPs, Super Bowls, he doesn't care.
Oh, they're going to make sure he gets they're going to tell my kids that he was generational. And they're going to go, wow, he was so generational. He must have won so many Super Bowls. And I'm going to have to explain, no, for the first 8 years of his career, he was dog shit.
That throw against the Rams, everyone's living off of that. The impossible play. The Rams did everything they could defensively to stop that play, and they still didn't stop it. Komet grabbed the touchdown, corner of the end zone. But, Danikin, I can't get past the thought that the Bears, instead of being hunters, will be the hunted this year. Teams will be dreading fourth quarter comebacks by Caleb. I mean, 7 in his career already. But they're on notice, that the Bears can do a lot of damage, come back in the fourth quarter. Week 2 versus Bears versus Vikings, September 20th. I'm going to say this is also a win. I think last year's record, what were we? 3-3?
Division?
In the division?
3-3?
No, 2-4.
I think we're 2-4, yeah, because we lost twice to Green Bay, didn't we? No, we lost twice to Detroit.
Right,
we lost to the Vikings, split to the Packers.
Vikings, okay, so 2-4. That's what I thought, 2-4.
Yep.
Okay, so Ben Johnson is not satisfied with the 2-4 division record. He's going to want to start our division games off on the right foot. I'm taking this as a win at home when the Bears go to 2-0. Anybody? And I don't think Kyler Murray will be up to speed.
No, I mean
in Kevin O'Connell's system.
I think if the Bears just throw some FaZe Clan highlights of Call of Duty on the Jumbotron through this game, they've got it in the bag.
Well, you say he's not going to be up to speed, but look how many quarterbacks Minnesota, was it 2 years ago they had, and still made the playoffs with that run. It's like whatever quarterback they threw out there when there was people you didn't even know of or having like career games. I'm not so certain that Kyler Murray could be Kyler Murray from the jump in Minnesota with the coaching up there, I think. So I think it'll be a good game. I want to say the Bears will pull us. That's at home, correct?
Yep.
That's at Soldier Field.
Yep.
So I'll take the Bears for that. I am really concerned about the Vikings and Kyler Murray this year. I'm just saying it right now.
It's a home opener for me, and I think the Bears will win it.
I do too. The coaches are great in Minnesota.
Yeah, the coaches are good.
Excellent coaches.
Not even the coaches that worry me. It's just the Bears play against running quarterbacks that worries me.
Well, that's it.
Fast running quarterbacks have plagued the Bears in recent years. Go back to last year. We lost to, what was it, Baltimore.
What's that guy's name on Baltimore?
Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley.
He looked like an
who is 2-0.
Malik Willis, right?
Malik Willis, yeah. I mean, so the Bears have struggled against those type of running backs, quarterbacks.
Oh, no.
Was it Jordan Love or Malik Willis?
Malik Willis. It was. Okay. That's been the Packers' whole excuse for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Bears beat Malik Willis twice? Jordan Love. Yeah. No, I mean Kyler. So, for the record, Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley, has a 2-0 record against the Bears. So does Kyler Murray in his career. Kyler Murray has not lost to the Bears. Granted, He did play
That's a good point.
a pathetic Matt Eberflus team and a declining Matt Nagy team. So, and I believe they were both in Arizona. I don't believe Kyler's played at Soldier Field, which is much different. But at the same time, I mean, Brian Flores knows how to defend Ben Johnson. We all know that.
Oh boy's comment too in there.
Excuse me.
In the chat. You put it up on the screen. I think Tooch put it up there.
Oh.
He said he's not afraid of. I'm not afraid of Kyler Murray either.
No, not at all.
But I'm just
Kyler
afraid of
finds a
how
way to
the
beat
Bears play against running quarterbacks. That's my problem.
That's just it.
I need to see them play better, because if you make, like Tyler Huntley and Malik Willis, you make these guys look like studs, then what's a guy like Kyler Murray gonna do? You know what I mean?
Like, you know how happy I am that the Bears haven't had to play against Justin Fields?
Oh, God.
A guy like Justin Fields is like the Bears' kryptonite, you know?
Oh, man.
So I'm so glad that that matchup hasn't happened yet and that we don't have to deal with it, because it's just for whatever reason.
No.
Maybe in preseason, but that's about it.
He's gone from the Jets, though.
Yeah.
Well, Bears brought in increased the team speed. I mean, focus on team speed this offseason, whether it was in the draft or in free agency. Guys like Devin Bush, Dylan Thieneman will increase the team speed because running quarterbacks and the crossing patterns and slant routes that we just couldn't stop last year. We had a barn burner against the Bengals. We had a barn burner against the 49ers. We couldn't get off the field against the Packers with Christian Watson. This year, I think the defense will be a little more up to the task this time. So 2-0, we're all in agreement, right?
Yeah.
It was so bad. They just ran drags the whole game, just a drag route.
Exactly.
Run 2 yards upfield and drag it all the way across, and you'll catch the ball and get 10 more yards after the catch.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Bears versus Eagles, Monday Night Football, September 28th. Eagles coming back for a little revenge, man. Gonna try to run it down their throats like we did to them on Black Friday. We ruined their Black Friday Fitz. What do you think here? Eagles revenge or Bears victory?
Eagles are going to look different, so I don't know if it'll be interesting. I think that's one of my favorite games on the schedule is that one. It's like the Bears are now in it outside of their division. It's like these games. It's like, okay, we're playing games outside the division that are big. It's like a rematch of last year. Instead of just always, the Vikings or the Packers on Monday night, they've got a national audience now, and that's what excites me. It's like it's a revenge game from the year before. I haven't seen that out of the Bears, since probably 2011 or after their Super Bowl runs, of the 2006, 2010. So this is I'm looking forward to this one because the Eagles they're probably gonna are they gonna still have AJ Brown by then, or are they gonna get rid of him? Or so
he won't be there. He'll be gone by August.
So what are they going to bring in for that? So it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a different offense that they're going to hope. You would think that the Eagles would have a different offense than they did last year. So, I'm looking forward to that one. That's a toss-up for me, but I'll go Bears at home. So
I think the Eagles are at home on that one, right?
No, we were in the Eagles last year. They were in Soldier Field for this one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to go Bears because of the home field on that one.
I don't know exactly who or some big signings for the Eagles this year, but I know they still have AJ Brown. He's rumored to be traded. They did sign Tank Bigsby, or they picked him up last year to back up Saquon Barkley. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round, Mekhi Lemon, and they've drafted Eli Stowers at tight end. They're going to be running some 13 personnel as well. You got to imagine. With Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra, and Eli Stowers. So, teams are going to that 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, a lot of Danikin. So we think the Bears are 3-0. This could be a game that the Bears lose, I think, but I'm going to take them to win this one.
I'm going to take them to lose it. I think it'll be 2-1 after 3 games.
What do you think, Fitz?
I think the Bears are going to win it because they're at home. So I'm going to go.
Zim?
I go Bears.
All right. I had two. Now, I got to tell you that the Bears look-ahead lines for the Bears are favored in 12 out of 17 games.
There you go, 12-5. We're done.
Look ahead line for that game, Bears -1.5. So yeah, it's actually one of the
when you consider they get 3 for home field advantage, that's basically a pick 'em at this point, you know? Saying, you know, on a neutral site, it would be a flat 0.
Yep.
Something to think about.
It Bears 8.5-point favorites against the Jets. I should have put these in with the banners. I didn't think of it until now. But
8.5 against the Jets, man.
Yeah.
You know, the most insulting thing that I heard this weekend is that the Jets games are all scheduled on Sundays. And even worse, they're all scheduled at either 1 o'clock or 4:05. Not 4:25, not a single 4:25, 4:05. Which is like the, you know, well, we had to schedule it somewhere kind of game.
Yeah.
How insulting, man.
Home October 4th. I think we're all going to say this is a win.
Oh, yeah. No, this is easily the game that the Jets win. I think that the Bears fall into the trap on this one. No, honestly, though, if there is a trap game on the schedule, this is the one.
Yeah.
Like, this is the look-ahead game where they kind of get caught up. They stumble. They lose a game they shouldn't.
Classic
It's the first
trap game.
First month of the season, you know.
Looking ahead to on the road at Green Bay October 11th.
And that would be why it's the trap game, because they're too busy looking ahead to the Packers.
Yep. But the Jets suck too much to do anything about
Yeah,
it.
they suck too much. And I trust.
Though, he's playing against his former colleague in Detroit. You know, he's going to be up for that game against the Jets.
Aaron Glenn is the coach.
You know,
yeah, you're right.
That'll be an interesting storyline.
He'll be up for Aaron Glenn. Bears Packers. I'm going to at the Packers. I'll take this as their first loss of the season, and I'll say that they're 4-1 here.
I think they'll be. I think they'll be 4-2 at this point. They'll lose this game.
3-2, right?
4-2.
Well, it's only 5.
Oh no, it's 5 weeks. Okay, yeah, it's 3-2 then.
So 3-2. Okay, Danikin thinks they'll be 3-2, 4-1.
The Packers are objectively worse this season than they were last year.
But they get up for these games, and it's so close.
The Bears historically perform better against the Packers at Lambeau than they do at Soldier.
Yeah.
I think this is a win. I really do. I think that Bears fans get to talk shit all season long behind this game. I genuinely, I think that the Bears come into this game hot. I think they come out swinging. I think that there's a good chance they run away with this. And hey, you know what's really cool? This prediction's coming in May. So if this gets clipped out of context, I really it's May. It's May.
The Bears have a very favorable first 4 games there.
Except for the Eagles, but yeah.
You've got a great shot to start at least 3-1. I mean, who doesn't want that after your first 4 games?
Yeah,
it's right there.
If we're not 3-1 after 4 games, we're we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
I think there's a legitimate chance at 5-0 here, and I don't mean like a long shot chance. I mean like more likely than not that they're 5-0 at this point in the season.
So if the Bears are not
chat room guys, has he been here before, Stu Dog? I don't remember, but
I've seen him in there before. Yes,
he's got a lot of good comments tonight.
So if the Bears are not 3-1, are they playing like Seth Rollins' theme music, "Burn It Down"?
Yeah, walk out. Yeah.
Fire everybody.
Well, last year when we started 0-2, man, I had the bear falling out of the tree.
We were talking about getting rid of polls.
Yeah, right.
Everybody. Oh man, especially after that Ravens game later in the year, everybody was talking about getting rid of polls. I was even talking about it, and I've been his biggest defender, I think, since he got here.
Think about it. I mean, everybody
to keep polls. He was like, "Guys, wait, no,
calm down." It was him, and a lot of people were bashing at that time. DeAndre Swift too.
Yeah,
get rid of him. Get rid of him. So I'm sure we'll see crazy emotional outrage from, fans at some point this season.
Oh yeah, gotta have that.
Yeah.
Our first win was against the Cowboys last year, week 3. That was the Hail Mary. Then we just barely got away from the Raiders in Las Vegas.
And that was what turned the season around, man.
Yeah, turned the season around, went into the bye. Then went in and had another 25-24 game against the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it was looking pretty good until we
forgot about the Commanders.
Yeah, they just they fell apart. So they had really had the Super Bowl, kind of a Super Bowl letdown.
They had the most predictable regression of almost any team in the NFL.
Yep. That was a fun week on Twitter too.
That was predictable that the Commanders were going to lose that game and fall apart for the rest of the year.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I refuse to be surprised by that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's still, though, from that week on Twitter, though, there's still like coals that have not been put out yet. They're still simmering over that.
Good.
That was a crazy one.
Because that's probably the highlight of the next 8 years for that team. So
the chat is cracking me up right now, man.
Yeah.
I know, right? All right. Bears Falcons.
Danikin, you'll be there, right?
Yeah. I think I'll be going to that one.
Did you buy your tickets yet?
Yep. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Last time I was able to get front row, the first row, right, on the Bears sideline too. It was pretty cool.
When they came to Denver several years ago when I was still living out there, I also managed to get front row on the Bears sideline. Man, it was amazing. Awesome. What an opportunity! I wish that tickets were still priced like they were back then, man, because it was, golly, it was like $500 for a front row ticket, which still sounds like a lot of money, but when you consider front row, like,
I think that's close to what I paid for mine. I mean, the tickets here in Atlanta, you can usually get them pretty decent.
Yeah,
because the Falcons are not just like, and the funny thing about Atlanta is that there's so many transplants here, right? So there's always, like, every game you go to, like if I go to the Bears game, it's 50-50. Sometimes it might be 60-40 Bears fans.
Yeah, that sounds legit, man.
Yeah. Tyler Allgeier's gone from the Falcons. It's a Bijan Robinson show. He's a tough stop, Danikin. And then Michael Penix coming back from injury. And then they signed somebody, didn't they? Tua Tagovailoa. Yep, Tua Tagovailoa to compete.
Oh yeah, they got the lefties out
there. Two lefty quarterbacks. So receivers won't have any difference when one guy comes in with the spin of the ball.
Right. Maybe just an arm strength.
Yeah, the Bears Falcons. I got this as a win.
Yeah, dub for Chicago.
I just don't think they have the offense to keep up with the Bears.
It's more that they don't have the quarterback than the offense. And like, that's the tough part is like, if this team finds a way to put a couple things together, they can have a very dangerous offense. But we've also been saying that for like 5 years now.
They've got good skill position players with
Drake London is
Drake London.
They got London. They got Bijan. They got Kyle Pitts.
Is Kyle Pitts? He leaves a lot to be desired to me, man. They're not happy with him here either. Like he should be so much better than he is.
Good year last year.
I'll give you an example. He's like Jadeveon Clowney is, right? Like everybody's like, "Oh, Jadeveon Clowney, you know what I mean?" But he just always leaves something on the table. He doesn't play that hard, so on and so forth. So, that's what the way I look at Kyle Pitts. He doesn't scare me. Yeah, he'll pop up and have a nasty game every now and then, but he'll go 8 or 9, 10 games with 3 catches for 20 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
He had a couple 100-yard games though. That's past.
He'll have a good one.
Finally got in the end zone a bunch. All right, so we're looking at Bears Falcons 5-1, 4-2, and then Week 7 at home, Bears versus Patriots. Now look, the Patriots defense is very good. I'm just not sold on their offense.
Not at all.
I think this is a win for the Bears on Thursday Night Football. I mean, it's like coming back from Atlanta, you get 3 days off, really, and then a game.
Right.
Here's my issue is like right now I'm looking at all this and I legitimately have them at a potential 7-0 if they win this game. And it's just like, that's not realistic. You know they're going to drop one of them here or there.
Oh.
It's the NFL, man. It's any given Sunday. Sooner or later, they're just going to have an off day.
Don't worry about it, Zim. We're probably going to do this again before the season.
You know we will.
Yeah, we will.
You know we will.
Come on, 7-0 is not that.
I'm going to say
improbable.
6-1. But yeah, Zim, I'm not going to. I mean, look, the Packers I don't think will be as good as they were. And what? They've been a 7th seed for the past 3 years in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's basically that's the ceiling.
It just feels like such a homer thing to do to say like 7-0 is realistic. But like,
I'll say it then.
I think if you objectively
it sounds like Aldo the barkeeper, Zim.
Well, I'm just trying to infuse a little bit of reason into my homerism, and like that's where
you don't
it
have
all
to.
goes out the window.
You don't have to. Tooch has got him at 6-1, right? You two, Zim and Fitz
would be realistic. Yeah,
I got him at 5-2 right now. So,
like realistically, I think they could lose to the Vikings, lose to the Packers, lose to the Eagles, and potentially, I think their floor is 4 losses, is 3-4 at this point in the season.
Man,
so still
that's the case. I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, we're all gonna be pissed if that's the
they're
case.
3-4. Oh,
I think it's a legitimate floor.
I'll be the first one saying you don't deserve a new stadium. Stop talking about it at this point.
Vrabel does have some distractions. Yeah, like not drafting the Cuban sandwich.
Or
that was
Diana. We've seen it.
All right,
the Cuban and the Spanish, the Mexican torta.
This is
torch, I know. I
got you on 2 of those.
Yeah, probably.
7-1 for Zim.
At the same time, the Bears know how to beat Sam Darnold. Here's my thing, and hear me out here. 8-0 is not out of the realm of possibility, just as much as 3-5 is in that same realm of possibility. This is why, okay, and this is the last thing I'll say about this part, and then we can continue to go off and predict. But this is why these predictions in May are so ridiculous, because we're so far away from any of this mattering. But golly, we're so bored that we're doing 1.5-hour interviews with David Kaplan on our podcast these days. Like, we just got to fill time.
The schedule just dropped.
It did. But in our news cycle, that was 6 days ago, man. That's an eternity in the 2026 news cycle.
We're on to 2027.
I know.
That's right.
The day after we had our show. We were doing a sandwich draft last week. We couldn't be bothered with the schedule.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, that took precedent, man. That took precedent.
Hey.
Okay. That's the last time I'll poo-poo on it. Like I say, it's funny to do this out in May because it just shows how out of touch we are from where the season actually is at this point, where we have such a broad range. If I'm being completely realistic, I genuinely think that, what did I say? 7-0, 8-0, 8-0 is the legitimate chance right here. Why? The Seahawks secondary is not going to be as good as it was last year, objectively speaking. Why? Because one of their guys came over to the Bears, right? He knows that offense inside and out. He just practiced against it for 17 weeks straight, 18 weeks straight. He knows what's going on over there. The Bears already know how to beat Sam Darnold. And that Seahawks offensive line has its weaknesses if the Bears can find a way to get creative on defense and send some pressure. I genuinely think this is a winnable game.
And who did they replace at running back?
They got rid of their Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, with Zach Charbonnet, who has not stayed healthy for an entire season so far. And they did draft somebody. I don't remember.
They drafted the other Notre Dame running back, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Darian Price.
Yeah.
The Seahawks have been running back by committee for the last few years. They're going to continue to do that. I think there's so many opportunities.
Smith and Jigba awfully good.
Yeah, offensive player of the year, potential Madden cover player candidate.
The engine that makes that team go, though, is their defense.
I got the Bears losing this one. I think there'll be 5-3 after 8 weeks.
That's realistic. I would be like 6-2. I think
8-0.
Packers.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I love it.
All those fixing up your guest room, Fitz.
Yeah.
He's 17-0, Waldo.
I already called it 20-0. They're gonna go. They're gonna run the table this year.
Well,
23-0, sir. There's a preseason too.
Here's how I look at this.
We'll give them a couple in the preseason.
This is how I look at Week 8. It's Monday Night Football. You're playing at the World Champs. It's a good measuring stick to see where the Bears are as far as like Super Bowl contention, the Super Bowl window, playoff test. And then once we've seen them in the regular season, when we play them in the playoffs, we'll be that much better for it.
At Soldier Field.
So hopefully at Soldier Field, we'll see you.
Wow.
Yes, for me, 6-2.
That's
Week 9. Sunday night football.
Just for a quick point, sorry, just to back it up real quick.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are coming off excuse my language, they're coming off a fucking gauntlet going into that game against the Bears, by the way. Their 4 games preceding that are home against the Chargers, home against the Niners, at Denver, home against Kansas City.
It's like if you don't get them on week 1 where everybody, you'd think you'd want to get them, you would want to get them coming off of what they're doing there in week 8. So
yeah, that's brutal. That is a brutal stretch for the Seahawks, because that's one thing that I think we don't take enough into account when we do these schedule predictions is what does the other team's schedule look like going into these games? Yeah. And this Seahawks game in particular feels like one where that could really matter. The Seahawks are also, let's see, they play the 15th, the 25th, and the 2nd. So that's 3 games in a 17-day stretch. So that's not insane, but that's 3 games in less than 3 weeks. That's a lot.
The Bears do have some advantages, as Cliff points out. There is the Bears' net rest. So net rest 15 days. Look at the other opponents. 4 for Vikings, 1 for Detroit, -2 for Green Bay. We have an advantage over them.
Yeah.
And there's also the Bears travel. The Bears travel the least amount of miles. Like the third least. The 49ers travel like the most, like 38,000 miles. They play in Brazil or something, I think, right?
Australia.
Oh, God. They play in Australia. That's rough, man.
That's a day away, literally.
Yeah. Bears, Seahawks.
And it makes more sense, seeing that rest schedule, understanding why they didn't get that week 1 against the Seahawks. If they got that, they would be far and away the league leaders in rest time, and it would be the most rest time in one season ever for a team. Right. So it was frustrating to see that they didn't get that week 1 against the Seahawks that we all hoped for and expected, but it makes so much more sense when you see the rest of the schedule.
Yeah.
And we still get a primetime game against the Seahawks. Like the Bears, the Bears,
Yeah.
the league clearly thinks very highly of this matchup.
On the road. Of course, we said the same thing about Black Friday going into play the world champs in Philadelphia. We stopped them. So, it's not like we can't beat the Seahawks, but 6-2, 7-1 is more realistic than 8-0. But
8-0, just as realistic as 3-5.
Yeah. All right. Bears, Buccaneers. We get Baker Mayfield.
Bring it up.
That's 2 games. They're going to be 10-0 after that game.
9-0 for Fitz here. 9-0. 9-0. Danikin, Buccaneers.
6-3. I think we win that game.
So we're going from Monday night to Sunday night? Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
To Sunday night. Yep.
The Bears got a big stretch of prime time right in the middle of the season.
Yep. And they get a nice bye week, middle of the season. 9
games. That's an easy win.
Yeah, we got that one.
And then 8.
They're not going to sneak up on us that week.
The Bears have lost the bye week before. Don't ask me how, but everybody who's rooted for this team has known this.
Yeah.
Here's that projected travel. I found it.
Yeah. It's 3rd least in the league and easily the least in the division.
Yeah, 49ers, 38,105 yards. That's quite a bit, Danikin.
I love these graphics that
Aldo. Yeah.
Wow. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's putting together some nice ones. Those are nice, actually.
If you're listening on the audio podcast, let this be your encouragement to join us on YouTube. Anytime that we stream, we're always live on YouTube doing this thing. You can always find the playback on the Barroom Network YouTube channel as well if you want to watch back at a later date.
And like, subscribe, and check. What is it? Like, subscribe,
and on Meatball Island.
The notification.
How can you be on Meatball Island when it's Italian beef month, Fitz?
Yeah, it's Italian beef island. Let's go. Got 2 more weeks. Zim, are you wearing a Wilbur Marshall jersey there?
Sure.
Yes, I am.
No, that's Roquan, isn't it?
It's whatever number 58 you want it to be.
Wilbur Marshall.
Wilbur Marshall.
It's okay.
Just don't ask me to turn around. Nobody wants to see that.
It's Wilbur Marshall knocking the crap out of Joe Ferguson.
There you go. Oh man,
coming off the bye.
Bears that's
Saints.
I get it.
This is a
There's
win.
2 wins in one game right now.
9-0. 9-0 ceiling, 4-5 floor.
9-0.
I'm gonna say. Well, actually, this would be their 10th.
No, this would be the 10th game. So you guys
10-0?
are 10-0.
Oh, 10-0. Yeah, 10-0. 4-6 floor. 4-6 floor.
8. I'm gonna say 8-2 here.
I got 7-3. I think they win this game, but they'll be 7-3.
I'm going to go ahead and say this now.
Much improved this year. You know, they
I want to make this
play quite well towards the end of the season.
On May 20th, I'm going to make this declaration. There is a 0% chance the Bears lose this game.
Well, let's.
That's probably the game I'll be at.
There you
go. It always
go.
ends up being the Saints, so I'll probably be at that game.
We're 6.5-point favorites in that game, so the second largest spread.
Second largest spread of the season. Yeah, I'll take that.
The Falcons were 3-point favorites on the road versus the Falcons.
Absolutely nothing about this Saints team scares me. You match them up on every single position, and the Bears have the better player.
I tell you the crazy thing, and a lot of people, this is what I say about Sean Payton. He destroyed that roster and just set them back for decades. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's a good coach. You know what I mean? But I'm just being honest. He destroyed the roster, destroyed the salary cap, and set them back literally not 3 years, but decade. They're a decade behind, really.
Well, that's it. It makes you worried for the Broncos once they have to exend Bo Nix. Like,
watch what happens.
They better win something. You know,
that's it.
And then he'll leave. He'll leave after it's
he's not a young pup anymore. He's not going to be there much longer.
Right. I mean, why would he leave the Saints? He won a Super Bowl there. You know what I mean? But he left there.
Yep.
He left, didn't it? Wasn't it because of that?
Because he destroyed the roster.
Well, they had that scandal with headhunting and things.
Oh, that was long before he left.
Yeah, that was a little bit before.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to.
But I think he destroyed they had some terrible contracts, man. Real bad ones.
God. Yeah,
real
lots of them.
contracts.
They're still paying some guys from those contracts.
Yep.
All right, so like the Saints there, I'm going to say that they're 8-2 after this. And then find my banner. Week 12. Oh.
We got Detroit next, right? Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving is right. November 26th.
He's not losing to Detroit. Ben's not losing to Detroit again.
Yeah, we thought that last year too.
Boy, they swept us, man. They gave us.
I'm going to be right sometime.
Blew us the F out. The first game, they blew us the F out. It's going to be a tough one, man, after Thanksgiving at the Lions. I'm going to say the Lions take this one, and we're, 8-3?
Yeah, I put this at another either-or game, 11-0 ceiling, and what does that put them at? 4-7 floor. If they are 4-7 at this point, it's starting to make Eberflus Thanksgiving game kind of
2.5-point
peachy.
dog. Look ahead. Lions 2.5-point favorites. There.
Here's my thing with the Lions. The wheels were coming off that wagon last year. they have about 4 games for Drew Petzing to right this ship. And if it doesn't get righted quickly, it's no longer an offensive coordinator issue, and it's a head coach issue. And that goes deep, man. Like, they have to get off to a good start, because if not, then by the time they get to week 11, this game could be completely inconsequential to their season. And that's scary to think about. Like, if you're a Lions fan, like, first of all, congratulations for starting to watch football in the last 5 years. Second of all,
right,
so true.
Like, that really is going to be a hard pill to swallow, because it's hard when the wheels come off in such a way where you really think it's fixable. You know, it seems fixable right now. But again, without a fast start to the season, it's so easy to see it completely disintegrating up there.
Who's the wide receiver we got from them?
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview with him, and he was just. I guess he's gonna do it because he's on the Bears now. But the praise he was giving to just the effect that Ben Johnson had in that locker room at that time was just. I don't know. You know, it's like
go watch Amon-Ra and Equanimous St. Brown's podcast. And like, Amon-Ra tries to play it off cool, but you can tell, like, he misses Ben Johnson. Like, he knows that that's where it was at.
Yep, definitely was. Khalif Raymond signed a 1-year, $5.1 million deal, as Fitz mentioned. All right. So what are we at here? We're 8-4.
We were at the Saints still.
8-4 with the, let's see,
12-0.
Let's say 8-2, 8-3 for me.
11-0.
Bears, Lions. Week 13, Bears versus Jaguars. You know, the Jaguars were much improved last year. I still don't have. I mean, look, Trevor Lawrence finished as the number 4 overall fantasy quarterback. They made the playoffs. They had a really good defense, maybe second in the league to the Seahawks, maybe, or right behind the Broncos, but definitely one of the top defenses in the league last year. Just couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs. Bears versus Jaguars. It'll be a tough matchup, though. What do you think, Fitz?
Where is this at again? Is this
home? Yep.
So, this is another one of my favorite games of the year. Just because the Jaguars are just a very interesting team. They've got a very colorful coach. You know, they got a quarterback. There's similarities there you could draw with the Bears, just with what they're trying to do, change the franchise. And I'm looking forward to this one. I think, you know, I'll give the Bears the advantage at home on this one, but I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it could be a high scoring one. I know that the Jaguars had a good defense last year, but I'm just thinking out, this could be a shootout, and I think it could be a lot of fun. And, you know, maybe get a little snow in December, and Bears
them out.
You know,
the Bears 2.5-point favorites against the Jaguars. Danikin, I think Danikin's going to pick this as a win.
Yeah, I think the Bears win this game. I have them sitting at 4 losses now.
8-4, 9-3 for me.
Haters.
This is a sneaky game to me.
12-0 for Fitz. 12-0.
Yep. We're going 12-0.
Zim.
Prove me wrong.
The Jags are good, man. And they get to beat up on a bad division too for a little more confidence. I don't know. This feels like a tough game.
That division sucks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun game. Gonna be.
I just don't believe in the Jags. We've seen the Jaguars have a decent season and then come back and bomb out. We've seen them go possibly almost to the Super Bowl. They went to the AFC Championship game, and then they bombed out.
Wasn't their first year in the league?
They're like the Chicago in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like
expansion year.
Mark Brunell beat the.
No, I'm talking about
John Elway.
I'm talking about even later on when they had Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns and those guys, and they played really well, and then they just went south for whatever reason. So you know. They're similar to Chicago in that way, where they may rise up all of a sudden one year and then it's a fluke, it's a flash in the pan, and they return to cinder type situation. So I just don't believe in them until they can kind of produce that consistently.
They're like my ephemerals, Fitz, my tulips and peonies. They rise up and they look great, then they die after a month. You know, I want my garden.
That's it.
Yeah, the peonies are starting to come in.
Yeah, I got some good ones, and my tulips are already gone.
Yeah,
I got some orchids as well. Lilies and orchids. Let's see. We are on. So I'm 9-3. Fitz is 13-0. Zim is 10-2.
Cliff wants some food right now.
And 8-4 for Danikin, which is still a good record. I'd be happy with 8-4. Bears at Dolphins. Malik Willis going to beat us again, Danikin?
No, I think that.
When was the last time the Bears won in Miami? It's been a long time.
1978? Like, I have no idea.
This was the triple doink by what's his name? Hit the uprights 3 times in that game back in 2016.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Miami's always a hard place to win for the Bears. I don't know what it is, you know.
Was that Cody Parkey, right?
Cody Parkey. That was. I was trying to figure his name.
Supposedly, according to AI,
never won a regular season game in Miami.
What?
Never.
That's what it says.
Supposedly, mine says September 4th, 1980.
All right, okay. But last time the Chicago Bears won a game in Miami was November 18th, 2010, when they shut.
Yeah, see. Okay. God, so AI is so bad at even just doing its basic job. I don't understand, man.
It's very difficult for them to win in Miami. So
yes, Brock Osweiler beat them. See, and one of the things that
Brock Osweiler, October 14th, 2018, right?
One of those things that stands out about Miami to me, that Brock Osweiler game pointed out, is that the way the stadium is built, the sun shines down on the visitor's sideline. Yeah. So if it's even remotely warm that day, like, you are getting gassed just by standing there.
Yeah, that's a hot stadium. I've been in that stadium. It's not fun.
Oh, wow. I'm Fitz. I go to Miami and party with hookers all weekend.
10-4.
I've got family down there, so that's why.
Family. Okay.
Yes, I do.
So this is a chance for the Bears.
Kicking it with Robert Kraft down there.
Getting close to the evening this series up, man. I like the Bears to win this one.
They should. But
I'm gonna say we're 10-3 after week 14.
9-4. I got them at. I think they win it too.
14-0 for Fitz and 13-1 for Zim.
I don't even know. Yeah, call it something.
Bears at Bills. Look, the Bills can be beaten during the regular season.
No, they absolutely cannot. This is the DJ Moore revenge game. The Bears lose 54-0. DJ Moore scores 7 touchdowns in this game.
I mark this as a loss for the Bears.
I am so mad about DJ Moore being gone that I am convinced he is going to have an absolute demonic revenge game against the Bears.
You're willing to give up this game for the Bears?
Yes. Okay. This is an unequivocal loss for the season. If they lose one game all year, this is the one. I stand by it. Think about what DJ Moore did to the Panthers every time the Bears played them over the last 3 years. He always found a way to just be a thorn in their side. No. And to think that he wouldn't do the same thing to the Bears is just wrong, especially when he is so cut and dry, their number one receiver, and he still has so much gas left in the tank as a player. I think DJ Moore comes out swinging in this game and says, guess what? Remember me, boys?
Okay. All right. It's a good
Conversely,
I love it.
I'll give you a fun one. Anytime touchdown scorer, Sam Roush in this game.
Already.
Just because.
I like it. I'm going to say this is a loss, and the Bears are 10-4 after 15 weeks.
Yeah, I'll take them for a loss too. They're 9-5 with me.
And then
14-0
after this game, we get to open our Christmas presents, Fitz. Woo! Yeah,
that's going to be a rough
Christmas
day.
Time, Danikin.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas, Zim? This year,
I'm just glad my kids are older and grown up.
Win over the Packers. Stomping the crap out of the Packers, fellas.
What do I want for Christmas? An 85-inch TV to watch this game on.
Yep, that's right.
That's it, Cliff. FGB.
Shoot, I might just project this one out on a screen in my driveway to make the whole neighborhood watch it.
All I can tell you is if we lose this game by Christmas, it's going to be ruined, Zim.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not going to ruin my day. Like, I've gotten really good at combining my emotions to, like, the 3 hours of game time. And, like, yeah, maybe I'll be pissed off for, like, 45 minutes afterwards or whatever if they lose. But, like, man, I still got to get up and go to work the next day. So,
no, it's going to ruin mine.
It.
It's going to ruin mine. And it ruins mine because I run like a little spaces like after Bears games.
Sure.
And so, people come in there and we talk and, sometimes I'm on there for, it could be 2 hours. It could be a 2-hour thing that we got going on.
Can I come on there too?
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Right.
Anytime. It's fun. It's a good time. You get some that are lit. You can tell they've been drinking the whole game. So
on Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want me coming in there on Christmas.
It's fun, man. We have a good time. We've had quite a few people in there sometimes. Upwards of 1,000 people sometimes, 900 people, 400 people, whatever.
All right. Oklahoma City Thunder 118, Spurs 111. Last night, Wembanyama had 20 rebounds and 40 points, man. I think he's the youngest player ever to have 40 and 20 in what a game.
An amazing game.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how bad the rest of the NBA is these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. After Christmas, we got our man. I don't want to think about if we lose that game on Christmas. It's gonna fucking suck. But after we got three. That was the first of 3 division games at the end of the season. Next, Lions come in on January 3rd. Right after we toast the New Year's Fitz with an Italian beef and some champagne. We're gonna play the rematch with the Lions.
Get the Lions outdoors in January. Yeah, we're gonna win that
16-0.
This is also the Lions' first cold weather game of the season.
Right. That's it.
It's a win for me, man. I'm saying 16 and no, not 16-1. Not 16-0. What am I at? 13-3?
13-3. I think I got them. I had a win for the last game and a win for this one, so I think I'm at
12-4. I think, right? You?
No,
I got
them with 5 losses. 5 losses right now.
Okay. I mean, if this game, if the previous game is the wheels coming off, as I alluded to earlier, then this game might not even matter for the Lions. No. They might be in a situation where they're just like secure a top 5 pick,
13-3 for me after we beat that one. Then the Bears at the Vikings. The Bears might be resting guys.
Another one where it might be a team saying secure a top 5 pick. Like, who knows what the Vikings are going to be? They're either going to be competing for the final playoff spot at this point or competing for a top 5 pick and anything in the middle. Like, the Vikings and Lions are such an enigma in this year's season that I don't know. I don't know what to expect for these 2 games. It's so hard to say 7 months away, Yeah.
This is going to be the Tyson Bagent game.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be resting everybody.
At 16-0, the Bears are going to rest Caleb. Bagent comes in, throws for 350 yards, and they complete the perfect season.
And there's a quarterback controversy.
No,
there's no quarterback controversy. Somebody comes in and offers 2 firsts for Bagent in the offseason.
So 17-0 Fitz?
17-0.
Good. We don't ever have to hear from those 72 Dolphins again.
No, yeah, put them to sleep.
Right?
Well, no, it doesn't matter unless they win the Super Bowl.
Is that 72 Dolphins or 71? 72. 72.
Don't forget the Patriots did it as well in 2009.
Yeah, and lost to the Giants.
They went 16-0 and lost in the Super Bowl.
Yep. I think I got them at 12-5 for the season. At this
12-5 sounds about right. That's what every homer picks their team to be every year.
I've got them at 13-4, so I'm kind of close with Danikin here. 13-4, 12-5. Fitz is 17-0. Zim, what'd you land at again?
I have no idea. I'm legitimately, I'm at my ceiling 16-1, and at my floor like 7-10. Genuinely,
this is a 7-10 season.
Let's just say you were 15-2. All right, 15-2. All right. The chat, throw us your stews at 12 and 5.
I saw this thing. It was a month or two ago. Like, it was X number of days until the NFL schedule release, where every NFL fan will predict their team to go 12 and 5. And it's just so funny because it's so true. It's like, yeah, I think my team's going to be good. Not like number 1 seed good, but like definitely good enough to make the playoffs good.
Where did I go last year? I think I went last year 9 and 8.
Yeah,
I
think that's about where most of us were last year.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Let's go do a little Fitz's food review. Here, I got a couple more Bears points, and then we can do some. I've been watching a show that I like pretty good. I can recommend. Fitz, why don't you set up, what is it, Chickies?
Chickies Italian beef. Been around since 1961. Their original location was at 28th and Pulaski. And they moved out to this new location in Hillside on Roosevelt Road, western suburbs, in 2013. It's a family-run establishment, so you know it's going to be fire. The beef was very good. They have a very unique giardiniera. Looks a lot like Jay's beef. It's just kind of like the fresh vegetables almost. You're like, how can this have any taste? But it's got a wonderful taste.
That pepper relish or whatever you had, their own spin on giardiniera looked pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It's like jalapeno giardiniera.
Yeah, it's like, and they make it right there, and on an S Rosen bun, which is right up there with Toronto. So there's good bun. They've got a wide menu. My wife had a panzerotti, which was delicious. Yeah,
nice.
You can get.
I had one in Milan. That's where they're from. The panzerotti. Yeah, it was there's flavors. They had a million flavors of panzerotti. It was not far from Sforza Castle in downtown Milan. My mom's side of the family is from Milan.
Yeah, they've got just about any type of Chicago street food you want there. So yeah, it's a great place, and
love it. That sandwich looked phenomenal in your video.
It was very good. Yeah. So all right, let's hit the video. Let's go.
Here we go.
Italian beef at Chickies. Chickies at 4152 West Roosevelt Road in Hillside, Illinois, has been serving up their homemade Italian beef along with a wide variety of Chicago street food classics since 1962, and at their current location since 2013. May is National Italian Beef Month, so I tried their signature sandwich, dipped, or baptized, with hot peppers. The beef was outstanding, and their unique giardiniera hit the spot, brought together on a fresh S. Rosen bun. Make sure you try their fresh-cut cheese fries, a tasty treat. And don't forget the pizza puff. Chickies will make your all-star ballot and gets a 319 on the Fitzometer. That's Chickies at 4152 West Roosevelt Road in Hillside, Illinois. Where should I eat next? Comment in the replies, #FitzMagicEats, and check out all of my reviews on my YouTube channel at FitzMagicShy.
Oh, man.
Right. The fries are so good. They've got a loaded fries on the menu, which comes with the Italian beef and the cheese, and I need to go back and try it. So, but yeah,
this sandwich looks so good, man.
And the only thing that would keep it from going higher was that the hot peppers I had weren't hot enough for me. Okay. I just need a little more heat, I mean, the fact that my wife could eat it was just something that said it wasn't hot enough, so because she can't handle heat at all. So, but yeah, it was a delicious. The meat was wonderful, and the fries were excellent. So, another spot.
How much? If you don't mind me asking, how much did that like the meal cost there?
So it was fries and a drink. So the beef on its own is $9.50. Mm-hmm. And you had $5 for a drink and fries, and it was a big bag of fries too. So it was, so $14.
Okay. So I mean, I'm just doing a comparison because I've seen the picture there, and it's like a Wendy's right there.
Oh, there's like one?
Absolutely no way I would go to Wendy's if I'm, I have the option to get that, especially with the price being what it is.
Yeah. It's rare that I go to many of the big chain fast food places anymore, just because there's just so many options.
Yeah.
I wish you got a picture of that Panzerotti, but when I was in London, this is the place I went to.
Oh,
So I had to stand outside. There was a line outside there too.
Man,
it does kind of look like it. It does kind of look like a pizza puff, you know?
So, basically what they do is they basically take a small pizza and fold it in half, small thin. And they either bake it or deep fry it, whatever. And
right. The deep fried is how they were in Milan.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic. I forgot that Aldo had a Schlitz Brewing went out of business, and he's got a short video.
All right.
I'm going to play now for you. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we pay tribute to the beer that I first drank when I was aimless. After 177 years of tasting like a urinal at Lambeau Field, we bid farewell to the beer that made Milwaukee famous, but tasted like anus. I met you in a gas station, 2:45. Had $6 cash and poor decision making inside me. The cold case glisten like a broken dream. Next to craft beer, priced like surgery. It tasted like this. No, it was more like shit, but I needed the buzz and it was you, Schlitz. And then Lewin, who looked like a deportee, started to grind up on my PP. Next day, my boss screamed, "You're late again." I said, "Sir, shut up, I got a migraine." Goodbye, Schlitz. You tasted like the water in my bong. Goodbye, Schlitz. Goodbye, Schlitz. You smelled like a fat lady's old thong. Goodbye, Schlitz. You were cheap enough to kill my pain, but in the morning my underwear were all stained. Yo. Look, ain't nobody drink Schlitz cause it was good, my guy. We drank Schlitz cause payday was Thursday, and I was broke by Friday. But when I had a Benji in my pocket, I was the fucking king. Smoking weed and sipping whiskey, and then when I have a 5 in my pocket, I'm feeling down and out, cause frankly I'm a dropout. So I'm drinking Schlitz. Tasted like I was licking Sheila's dirty ass. Pardon me for being so crass, but the purchase wasn't a waste. The buzz overrode the taste. Boss acting crazy, crack a Schlitz. Ex texting you up, crack a Schlitz. DJ ugly, crack 2 Schlitz. Milwaukee famous, Milwaukee infamous, cause you a homer dammer. Cheap. That was the anthem, cost a quarter can, that was an advantage. Bought 2 12-packs, don't worry, I can manage. Me amor, why you hurt me so? You were surveys of desperation, a Romeo, a poor refrigeration. That cousin Vic's cookout, you sat in the ice. Nobody chose you first, nobody chose you twice. But after enough, ay Dios mío, everybody looked beautiful under fluorescent patio lighting. You tasted like donkey tails with carbonation, like a mechanic's rag dipped in disappointment. But so cheap, so very cheap. Adios, Schlitz, surveys are criminal. Sometimes you made me feel like Coach Ditka. I go around telling Packer fans to suck my dick, yeah. Goodbye, Schlitz. For those of us with poor financial planning. Goodbye, Schlitz. We'll miss you, you were so understanding. You really made Milwaukee famous, somehow that's true. And every time I drank you, I thought I knew Kung Fu. Goodbye, Schlitz. You'll always hold a special place in my heart, but I get it, it's time to depart. I'll remember you like a sweetheart.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That was
good,
dope.
man.
I like that.
That young AI Aldo, man. He missed his calling. He had a real career if he would have gone into it. Yeah.
That is
Are you
awesome.
implying that earning Emmys was not a real career?
I'm kidding.
I'm just giving you a hard time. No, that was great.
Yep, that was Aldo, man. It was hilarious. I went to college in Milwaukee, and I used to drive by the Schlitz Brewery. You can see it from the highway. And then the Pabst Brewing is up there as well. Miller Brewing. The Pabst is crazy, man. I used to, you don't want to drive through there like late at night. If it was like foggy, it's like cobblestone streets and old gas lamps and like a Gothic castle and mansion and brewery, man. It's like, it was scary. People like broke down there. It was a little scary, the Pabst brewing area.
No, I mean, if I'm being honest, I thought that Schlitz was discontinued about 40 years ago now. So I was a little surprised to see the news.
Yeah, it's like, who's been drinking?
I didn't even know it was still around myself. Yeah.
So they always have it at Benny's. And so when I was living in Arkansas, every time I came back, I would stop by Benny's and get like 2 cases of Schlitz and take it back to Arkansas with me. And nobody knew what I was drinking.
There's also Blatt's Brewing Company was up there too.
Blatt's, yeah, that was in my dad's fridge. And
the best is that Sprecher Brewery. That's really good stuff. They make soda pop too.
Yeah, Sprecher's still around too. They're still doing their thing.
Excellent, man. Their beer is fantastic. Yeah, the brewery, the Sprecher Brewery, is like kind of South Milwaukee. If you ever get a chance to go on the tour, it's cool. And then there's a really great like bar lounge called Bryant's in Milwaukee. I don't know if anybody's ever been there. If you ever get a chance, gotta go to Bryant's.
I can proudly say I've never stepped foot in the state of Wisconsin.
Never been there?
Really?
If you do go to Milwaukee, go to Bryant's Lounge.
Wow.
It's like it's in a neighborhood, like just a neighborhood. It's like a corner someone's house bar. And you go inside, it's like velvet Elvis paintings. It's dark. There's like, Christmas lights, and the bartenders are in, tuxedo, bow tie type. And they make drinks like this tall, man. Fucking the Bryant's Brain Buster, man. It tastes, you don't know what you're drinking, man. You're 1 or 2 of those, and you're like hammered. It was a great place to go. They have awesome mixed drinks. The bartenders are fantastic. If you ever get a chance, hit up Bryant's Lounge in Milwaukee. What do you guys think? Which beer is worse, Schlitz or Old Style?
I'm going to say Old Style.
I don't remember.
Have you guys ever had a Chicago handshake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Old Style.
Oh, yeah.
A Chicago handshake. It's
Old Style Malort.
It's an Old Style
Malort. Okay.
Let me just tell you, they give you the Malort to wash down the Old Style, not the other way around.
Okay.
I cannot stand Old Style, man.
The only time I like Old Style is if I'm at Wrigley.
That sounds about right.
That's about it.
My cousin works at a bar out in Chicago, and every time I go see him out there, I end up drinking Old Style with him because his bar sells it for $1 a can. And it's just like, you can't beat that price. And then you take one drink and you're like, yeah, that's why it's $1.
There's Billy Goats on Michigan Avenue on Lower Wacker has Schlitz out of the tap down there, and I think it's enjoyable. Anyway, it's not great, but I think out of the tap it's really good. Cliff, you're going to, and I would say get over to Miami Beach and hit Puerto Segura. It's a long-time diner-style restaurant on Collins Avenue that has great Cuban food over there. Get a Cuban sandwich there, Cliff. Yep. That would be my number one recommendation for Miami. Go Old Style.
And speaking of Old Style, I would imagine that Old Style probably tastes really good with a White Castle burger.
Because yeah.
It's just same quality kind of items and same kind of mindset when you're consuming both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Jack in the Box taco with it too.
Yeah. Jack in the Box taco is I like those.
All right. Let's see. I got a couple things.
Mailman Jack says Vito and Nick's pizza with Old Style is good.
Oh yes, they serve Old Style. Yeah, Vito and Nick's, they serve Old Style and they serve RC in a pitcher. You can get a pitcher of RC. Yes,
nice.
Oh, man.
I would imagine that's got to be like a staple for most Chicago style pizza places is a pitcher of RC.
It better be, yeah.
Like I even have memories, and wow, like that just unlocks something in my brain. But like when we still lived in Chicago, this was before I even turned 5 years old, going to places for birthday parties and being served pitchers of RC in the plastic pitcher, the bowling alley style pitcher.
Pitchers.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not far from a Pizza Hut. Just speaking of it, like a Pizza Hut, the old style Pizza Hut. If you walk in there, you think you're walking into like a Pizza Hut in 1975 or something, because they've got the lamps, you know what I mean? Like everything is old. Even the tablecloth is all the same.
Pizza Hut Classic, they're called.
The cups, everything.
Pac-Man.
Some billionaire guy bought a bunch of them just to restore them.
Wow.
They're bringing them back across the country.
Okay.
And that was the place to go when I was a kid in Naperville, Ogden and Naperville Road.
Yeah, when you couldn't afford, a deep dish, which is like twice the price, Pizza Hut was a decent place to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had
with the salad buffet bar,
Pac-Man machine, the table, Pac-Man table style,
table style games. Yeah, it was.
And just as a kid, and it's funny too because it broke the fourth wall. Because one of my first jobs outside of my mom's place was at a pizza place with the salad buffet bar, and just going up to the buffet bar as a kid and only getting the chocolate pudding out of the back, and then growing up and working at one of those places and realizing it just comes out of a 10-pound can.
Yeah.
Jack
is
so gross.
He's on point. Ice in the cups, not in the pitcher.
Not in the pitcher. I do have a couple more things before we get out of here. Recently, I forget which. I think it was Sports Illustrated talking about the Bears should still need pass rush help. I think Alyssa Barbieri had a story on it today or yesterday, but signed Von Miller for 1 year, $5 to $6 million, 15-year veteran. He's only 36 though, man. He came out at 21, man. Number 1 overall pick or number 2 overall pick. I forget what year, 2010 draft. 137.5 career sacks. Last year had 9 sacks with the Commanders at 35.
Yeah, that's not a bad season.
That's
a pretty decent season.
And just you're not expecting him to play every down. Just come in on obvious passing downs and rush the passer. Give us the pressures, the sacks. What do you guys think? Von Miller, yes or no?
Nope.
He would immediately be the oldest player on the team.
Yeah.
Excuse me, second oldest player on the team behind Case Keenum.
Okay. Case is old enough.
But it would also put him in the top 15 for cap hits, which is not very sexy. Now the Bears do have
$5 to $6 million would put him in the top.
At the top end of that, yes. If he were to hit the $6 million mark, yes. The $5 million mark would put him in the top
10
17.
for his position, or are you saying
no, top 15 on the Bears roster.
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
so $6 million.
Which again, I mean, that's a big commitment to a guy who's 36, 37 years old. He will be 37, if I remember, by the time the season starts. So, or at least during the season. No, his birthday's in the off season. I remember this I lived in Denver for a long time. They're obsessed with their football team out there. It's a different kind of fandom that I don't understand. At any rate, his birthday's in the off season.
High mountain air.
Well, 2 of the Bears edge rushers are coming off of injury. Deo Dengbo with the Achilles and Shamar Turner torn ACL.
But now you're
taking edge rusher in the draft, so you can't. You have to expect the speculation that the Bears could sign somebody. A pass rush specialist could be the difference between a playoff victory and a playoff loss. What do you think?
I just don't think that you had a 37-year-old.
Yeah, I think Von Miller is a good option. But a better option to me, I would say Cam Jordan. I think Cam Jordan is a guy that they can
older
get.
Than
he's older.
Von Miller,
but here's the caveat, right? Mm-hmm. When you're saying, hey, we need a pass rusher and we can do this, that, and the third. Cam Jordan can play multiple positions on the line, so you can throw him in at defensive tackle if you need to. You can let him rush from the inside or the outside. So I think there's a little bit of versatility there that I like a little bit more. And they're about the same age. They're not, it's a 1 year difference. He had 10.5 sacks last year, as you can see there. So I would say Cam Jordan, he probably fits the Dennis Allen mold better. He's already familiar with them. That would be I would rather him than Von Miller.
He's familiar with Von Miller too. Dennis Allen's defensive coordinator when they drafted Miller in Denver. Another option is Jadeveon Clowney, who had some good numbers. He also plays the run. I mean, Von Miller doesn't play the run as well as either Clowney or Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan does it all. I mean, if Montez Sweat were to go down, man, you'd be super thankful you have Cam Jordan. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
And we're expecting big things from Austin Booker.
Yeah.
And then Shamar Turner, we don't know what he could be.
Right.
Poles is convinced he could be a really good defensive end. To be honest, he played hard. He played with like 70 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember anything of what he did. Anybody remember like what Shamar Turner did in his 79 snaps or whatever it was?
I didn't even realize it was that many snaps.
I wish you could get all these guys for a little bit less than what they're coming for. But,
and that's my thing is like at the prices that they are and the ages that they are, you could get Hassan Reddick, you could get Joey Bosa, you could get Leonard Floyd, who are all younger and probably going to cost around the same amount of money.
But I don't have an issue with Cam Jordan injury history like a Jadeveon Clowney or like even a Joey Bosa or even what's his name? I think he's been more durable. I think he will be more durable in this coming season as well. That's the only reason I'm leaning towards,
do the Bears have $5 million to spend?
They have 12,
not right now,
almost $12 million in cap space right now.
Oh, they haven't signed a couple. There's a couple rookies who are unsigned though.
Yes, they still have a couple unsigned rookies.
Thieneman and Jones are unsigned.
So some of these guys, they'll make some room though. If they really want to get an edge rusher, they'll make some room.
I saw the other day Johnson and Salvin Ahmed. So they did sign 2 more. That's going to be some space.
They still have the ability to free up as much as like $54 million in cap space, or it was somewhere around that number. If they wanted to make it happen, they can. My thing is, I've said this since the beginning of the offseason. I don't think they want to. I don't think they're going to. I think, again, Ryan Poles has said, I have spent the money that I'm going to spend at this position. Dennis, it is your job to get the most out of these players that you wanted and agreed to me signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, they have that agreement as gentlemen, as colleagues, as a boss and his employee. Ryan Poles has expectations not just of the players, but of the coaches as well. And I think that much is evident in the interviews that we've seen with Dennis Allen so far this offseason, where he has outright admitted that the pass rush was not good enough last year. And that's on him, not on the players. Yep. And at a certain level, yes, this is him taking accountability and being the leader that he's supposed to be in the clubhouse, as Ben Johnson has shown that that's what they expect from the guys there.
Yeah,
but there's a certain amount of truth behind it as well.
A motivated Deo.
Yeah.
What was it, plus 22 turnover differential we had last year? That's hardly repeatable. The odds are we're not repeating all those.
Yeah, no, they'll probably get.
Would I love to get all those? Would I love to have that many turnovers again? Let's be.
It'd be great.
Let's be realistic. I mean, we were a passable defense because of the turnover rate.
Right.
Without the turnover rate, we're probably bottom 5 defense.
Well, yeah, because you got how many turnovers did they have?
It was a lot. They were plus 27 or plus 22.
We didn't turn the ball over a whole lot either. Right. So that was, that to me, that's more my concern is how much the offense turns the ball over, because they have 25, 30 turnovers. There's still how many more plays during a game that you have to account for where they were getting burned all the time in the secondary. So it was nice and everything, but if they didn't have turnovers, they were giving up 45 points a game, like San Francisco.
And just as important to the pass rush is the fact that they're going to have hopefully a healthy secondary this year. Jaquan Brisker is going to be felt as a loss, as far as blitz packages and an in the box safety goes, but they did about as well as you can replacing him and Kevin Byard. with Kobe Bryant and Dylan Thieneman.
Yeah.
I think they got better. I think they got better and younger.
They got better too. I know we got faster.
And furthermore, to my point, they're going to be healthier with Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon coming back off of injury and hopefully staying healthy off of injury.
Got a motivated Tyreek Stevenson.
Well, I mean, regardless of who CB2 is, if your CB1 and CB3 are locked in the way that the Bears should have them locked in, that's such a big difference. Look, all respect to Nick McLeod. He's a much better athlete than I ever could have been or ever will be. But when it comes to NFL terms, Kyler Gordon is head and shoulders above him and should be in that position, and it will make a world of difference when it comes to that defense.
I just think if we were to lose either Montez Sweat or Austin Booker, we're thin.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going into training camp and you've got $5 million laying around, give it to one of these guys, I guess.
Yeah. It would be after training camp. Those guys are like, I'm not doing training camp.
Or wherever, if you got $5 million.
37, I don't need to do training camp.
Joey Bosa, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, Cam Jordan.
Yeah.
Those guys are not doing training camp.
No, they'll be like, the phone, as soon as training camp breaks, that phone's going to be ringing.
That's it. They are showing up. They are rushing the passer.
After the red shirt players are put on injured reserve.
Yeah. They may have a deal already struck that's in the works, and they're just like, hey, take your time, blah blah blah.
We're gonna call you on August 15th, man. You be in shape.
I mean, I know Von Miller could still rush the passer, man. I think he thinks he could beat any tackle in the league, man.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan probably as well, and Clowney has been a pretty solid player for Von Miller's been a journeyman since he left Denver,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just whoever wants to pay him. Last year he was, and Miller's chasing a Super Bowl. The Bears are an attractive team.
He's a mercenary.
Bears are an attractive team for guys like Jordan and Clowney and Miller, who want a chance at a Super Bowl ring, another Super Bowl ring, or a Super Bowl ring. And Von Miller was already a Super Bowl MVP, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
Yeah, I mean, go out on top. I think I think the Bears would be wise to sign a hired gun, for any kind of contingency or playoff run.
Yeah.
All right.
It's funny how the draft works, because before the draft I was like adamant, no, don't want any old player.
And then we didn't get one in the draft, Danikin.
The draft comes around and it's like, yeah, I'll take one. give me one of them.
The thing is, like, in the past, the Bears have signed veteran pass rushers. It wouldn't be the first. So let me going back in time. This is before you guys. I mean, of course, we all remember Robert Quinn, who came here having 18 sacks or something. Clyde Simmons. Journeyman at age 35 came in, had like 7 sacks. And then for me, when I was a kid at 10 years old, we signed one of the Purple People Eaters, Alan Page.
Alan Page, Chicago Bears legend.
Yes. Legend. Yeah. He wrote the letter to George Halas that kept Buddy Ryan.
The one thing I will never forget about Alan Page is that in his I don't know if it was one singular card, but the card that I always remember of him in a Bears uniform, like that 1988 season, I think it was, or somewhere around there, he's gray. He has all this gray in his
82.
beard.
It was 81 or 82. Because he signed and he played like 3-4 years for the Bears.
Yeah, but he was covered and just gray from head to toe. And you're just like, oh my God, who's this old man playing for the Bears? And it's Alan freaking Page.
Yeah, he was awesome for like 3 seasons with the Bears, Alan Page. Yeah. Then he became a federal judge, I think, didn't he, Fitz?
Yeah, he was on the Minnesota Supreme Court, I think.
Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a Supreme Court judge. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that the Bears signed veteran pass rush help.
Yeah, but most recently, don't forget, they signed Yannick Ngakoue, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Wow, yeah.
And the guy broke his ankle, 4 games into the season, and broke his streak of most consecutive seasons with double-digit sacks.
Mm-hmm.
You win some, you lose some. You know?
And that's just it. That's exactly my point, Fitz.
There it goes.
It's all a gamble at that point in the year.
1 year deals, you're not expecting them to be, season breakers, season,
But before I tortured you guys with, before I tortured you guys with DJ Moore trade talks.
Oh, God.
Now I torture you with how do we replace DJ Moore? Where does his production come from?
I replaced him.
Yards. I think we can replace that.
Yeah.
Which player or players will be taking on the bulk of DJ Moore's work? I mean, they did sign Khalif Raymond. To me, he's kind of the replacement for Zacchaeus.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jade Walker, I expect him to take a step up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Rome and Luther. Luther, to me, seems the most likely candidate who'll be in that starting role. But Xavier Thomas, I think the draft pick, this is a guy that Ben Johnson really wanted. I think if Ryan Poles didn't draft Xavier Thomas for Ben Johnson, he would have been crying. He would have been crying out loud for not drafting him, but pissed off at Poles. But all those gadget plays when we had DJ lined up in the backfield and talk of him getting a handoff or playing some running back. That to me, it seems like it'd be Xavier Thomas is going to get that kind of work. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Xavier Thomas has said he likes lining up in the backfield. I'm like, maybe this is Ben's Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe he's going to be more like that. But yeah, replacing DJ Moore's production is not going to be the issue as much as replacing DJ Moore, the person, and what he was in the locker room. And that's where, who's going to step up and be that guy that takes on hits and just keeps on ticking. So,
yeah. The way I look at the Bears roster, I look at it as it was last year. You got a lot of skill position players. You got a lot of guys that can go out there and really produce. And the ball is going to be spread around. So you're going to have a guy like Rome Odunze who catches 12 passes or 10 passes in the game, right? And then he may go 2 or 3 games where he catches 3, 4. And Luther Burden will have a game where he catches 8 and then it'll drop down to 3, 4. You know what I mean? You got Colston Lovin, you got Cole Kmet still, you got Burden, you got him, you got Jade Walker, you got Swift catching passes out the backfield, Manungai coming out of the backfield catching passes. So they're going to be the production of DJ Moore is going to be engulfed and sucked up by everybody, in my opinion. And I think the guys will that step forward, it'll be the top 3 will be, of course, Rome, Luther Burden, and Jade Walker. And of course, I don't factor in Colston Leveler into that group because we're strictly talking about receivers. You know what I mean? In this position, with DJ Moore being a wide receiver. So I think those guys
will get some backfield snaps, Danny?
I think Xavier Thomas will get backfield snaps. I think, and it's not just the Bears. I mean, if you look at his scouting report, everybody said it. He can play wide receiver, but his vision, his ability to have vision in the backfield and be able to get into the holes is outstanding. So most scouts that looked at him were praising him for that, and they were really saying that whatever team he goes to, there's a huge possibility that he plays running back for a lot of time.
Does that make it harder for Roschon Johnson to make the team, to bring it full circle?
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I said Roschon is probably might not make the team.
I agree. What do you think, Zim?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. When I watched the plays from last season and remember how many big moments of that year that DJ was a part of, like there is no replacing him in my heart. As a Bears fan. Like if the Bears
he won 2 games against the Packers.
That's it, man. If the Bears ever do bring in the Ring of Honor idea that we kind of alluded to the last few weeks with the retired number conversation, I think DJ Moore in his 3 seasons here earned a spot in there. I mean, I can't think of a single player who has made that much of an impact on the city of Chicago in such a short time period.
Especially a wide receiver for the Bears. I mean, think of the Bears' history at wide receiver.
That's it. I can think of one guy who had a short stint in Chicago and made that big of an impact, and it's Orlando Cabrera, El Duque, who made that impact with the 05 White Sox. I mean, the guy came in for like one
bases
season.
loaded and 0 outs, and he threw junk balls and got 3 strikeouts in a row. I'll never forget it.
And that's not like, that's not even me being like a homer. It's just like, it's a guy who came in on a very short-term deal and made such an impact in that time that he was there. The White Sox
strikeouts with the bases loaded.
The White Sox don't win that World Series without El Duque, much the same way that the Bears don't win that playoff game against the Packers without DJ Moore.
That's a great comparison.
And it's so hard for me to like let him go and to accept that he's playing for another team next year. And I really root for the guy. But as far as on the team, like who's going to take the role, I don't know that there's a clear answer to that. Like, I think that as a wide receiver, Luther Burden takes a lot of the targets that DJ Moore would get. But I also think that the way that the offense is built, Colston Loveland will take a lot of those targets as well. And like that slot sort of role that DJ Moore used to take. And in the gadget sort of position, I think that Xavier Thomas and Luther Burden will split that kind of role. The one guy who I think is unaffected by his departure, at least unaffected in a schematic way, is Rome Odunze. I think Odunze's role is still pretty clearly defined, and he is still the guy that he is. And I think that Cole Kmet is also kind of unaffected by this. He's your inline kind of tight end. He's the guy that's your, so to say, 3 down tight end, if you want to put it that way.
Yep.
It's going to be really interesting because I can't imagine the way the Bears offense ran last year without DJ Moore. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now that Ben Johnson has his guys, so to say, in these positions, because I don't think we're going to see a 1-to-1 comparison to the way that he ran things up in Detroit. And I think it's going to be a totally different kind of 3 to 7 headed beast that we see out there.
Yeah. In Detroit, you got to get Jared Goff, and he's like stuck on, St. Brown. He just throws it to him all the time.
But St. Brown's a volume monster. It's his entire game. Yeah. If he gets less than 8 targets a game, he's useless. But if he gets more, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
I think Sam Laporta led the team in targets one year.
Really?
Or catches. I can't remember. I think it was maybe his rookie or second year. That's the kind of potential that Loveland has.
Yeah.
In this offense.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here.
Oh, why did you have to bring that up? I'm fucking depressed now.
What?
I hate thinking about the fact that DJ Moore's not on this team anymore. I really do. Like, there's a reason I argued so hard that he wasn't getting traded. I cannot think of a time that I have been this distraught over a player leaving the Bears.
Yeah.
Like, the last time I remember feeling this way about a player leaving a team was when Paul Konerko retired from the White Sox.
He retired, yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, that was devastating to me. And like, I knew it was coming sooner or later, but
good.
All right. I do.
Damn.
I have some pop culture stuff going on. I did watch a TV show recently. I thought was pretty good. It's like it's different. It's very funny. But it's also scary. It's called Widow's Bay on Apple TV with the guy who played Perry Mason on HBO.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And he's the mayor of this like island community in New England somewhere. And the island's like cursed. And there's all these like the boogeyman, the sea hag. There's all these like terrible things.
Why is an island not cursed?
Yeah, like sailors. The fog comes in. Don't go in the fog. Like this kind of. And the mayor doesn't believe in it, and he's kind of new to the community. And he doesn't believe it in the curses and stuff. And he's trying to bring tourism to the island and make it like another Cape Cod and stuff. And the islanders and the ones who work in the mayor's office, they're all these like quirky weirdos like on The Office It's funny and it's a little scary at times too. The characters are really well drawn out and acted, and there's some trippy stuff that happens in it and stuff with the ghosts and spirits and whatever legends and stuff. It's called Widow's Bay, and it's on Apple TV. Anybody else have any?
No.
Really?
I've been watching The Beast in Me finally.
Okay, I don't know that. Yeah,
it's with Claire Danes.
Okay,
it's a limited series.
Is it
really really good suspense? It's she's an author who's writing a book about a suspected murderer, and it's just really good. I don't know if you guys have even. It was. I
haven't heard
of
this.
Like
this
right
is the same guy who's in Widow's Bay.
What's that?
It's the same guy who was in Widow's Bay.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Matthew Reese. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He's the suspected murderer. He's suspected of killing his wife, and she's writing a book about it, trying to get him to almost admit it, kind of a thing.
Okay.
And so it's got a lot of good subplots to it, and it came out.
Nice. I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I love the mystery.
You would
it's
maybe
like a
talk
mystery,
about
right?
it. I thought you made it, but yeah, it's a good one. Might actually watch an episode when we get out of here to sort of calm down to go to bed. So
fair enough.
That'll work.
All right.
I don't have any movies or shows that I watch, but I will say that I watched that what is it? MVP, the MVP thing that they had on Netflix. Jake Paul's little MMA.
Oh yeah.
Thing. And Ronda Rousey and what's her name?
18 seconds
Carino.
long. I watched
15. It was 15.
Gina Carano.
Yeah. And she goes over, tackles her, and ground and pound for a second, and puts her in the armbar, and she tapped out immediately. And I was like, "Wow, it's pretty quick."
Yeah.
But so that was pretty funny. They had some other good fights on there though.
I was so convinced that Rousey was going to win. She was a minus 205 favorite. I'm like, I really wanted to put $205 down to just make a quick hundo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, it's not worth it. I never tried to do things like with that bad of odds.
Right.
I don't ever take anything like more than like minus 140, minus 150. But I was like, dude, I was so tempted to just do like throw 205, give me a quick hundo, and I didn't. I would have won that one, but it's rare that I ever do anything like that.
Should have did it, man. That's gas money.
Gas money right there. Gas money. Yeah, Zim.
No, man, I've been so busy between work, school, and
Cosmic baseball.
Yeah,
end of year stuff for the school year.
Right.
We're also full swing in baseball season right now, and just my little call to action. If I've got anything for you guys, go out and get involved in your community. I've talked about it a lot on this podcast between going to local football games. Hey, if I'd been going to local football games out here the last few years, I would have seen Logan Jones playing. You don't know who's out on that field. You don't know who you're going to see. Go out there and support these kids. They need somebody rooting them on. And I feel that way even now as I coach this baseball team and I see these kids who, let's be real, I'm coaching the developmental team. None of these kids are probably going to go on and play beyond high school, but they still need someone to root for them too, because what they do matters just as much as anybody else. So,
some of those games be great games, man. Like those kids games.
That's it.
I coached my son's league this year, and they had like a whole all-star tournament. They had a state tournament, everything. It was pretty fun, man. We had a really good time, and the crowds were packed. They had concessions. It was all the kids, they loved it because they felt like they were really, like people came to see us play.
That's
what I mean?
it. That's it.
Cool.
Make somebody else feel good. You like to feel good, make somebody else feel good. And the easiest way to do that is just get involved with the community. Yeah. So I stand by, youth sports is the foundation of everything that we do here. Without youth sports, the NFL doesn't exist. So, continue to support the kids out there. They need the support just as much as the big guys do. And at the end of the day, you might just find the next Caleb Williams out there.
You never know.
You don't know unless you go. There's this one kid, man, who plays for our local team. And I kept looking him up on max preps throughout the season because he kept breaking off these 50+ yard runs. I'm like, what is going on here? This kid can play. And I keep looking him up and he's like not even ranked. And I'm like, what is going on? And like eventually he kind of fell off and it's kind of a bummer to me because I feel like the kid could really play, and he was kind of short and he didn't have elite size, but he had the speed, man. So, kids like that, those are the guys who need your support.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Definitely. And then Fitz, I also did the lottery for Cosmic Baseball Des Moines.
Yeah. So
they haven't announced it yet, right?
I don't think so. No,
they'll announce it about 3 weeks or so before the game. So it was very last minute compared to Banana Ball when I got that lottery notification. So
yeah, I'm in the lottery for the Saturday game, so we'll see.
Saturday game. Okay, that's what I did too. So I got to think of a place where I take Fitz to for Fitz's restaurant review in Des Moines.
Let's go.
You know what? Hey, while I'm talking about the little guys, the Storm Chasers out here in Omaha have this deal where you can get lawn tickets for a family of 4 for $200 for the entire season.
Jeez.
So if you guys got a minor league team near you, I mean, it's worth looking into. It's a great thing to go see.
Yeah,
great. And they put on it's a fun game if you go to those minor league games. Like I went to Myrtle Beach, right? And the Pelicans, which is the Cubs affiliate, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we went to a game there. We also went to the Gwinnett Stripers game a few times here. They put on like a fireworks show and they had superhero night. They they let the kids run the bags and
the
all that
minor
type
league
of
promotions, man, are something else. They're
fun.
So cool. The Storm Chasers just recently did a nothing night, which I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's a thing that's storming the minor leagues right now. But nothing night is a night where nothing happens. There are no promotions. There are no giveaways. There are no announcers.
There's food or beer.
There's nothing. They just go out there. They play 9 innings of baseball, and everybody goes home.
No drinks or eats.
No concessions?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah. I definitely would not go if there's no beer.
but it's genuinely just like go out there, watch 9 innings of baseball.
No beer for baseball?
It doesn't make sense, right?
Is the ticket free?
I never realized how much
does the ticket cost nothing also? The ticket's nothing? Fitz, I got to think of where I would take you.
Yeah.
So
you got some time.
Crab Rangoon pizza.
Crab Rangoon pizza.
I would do that.
I'm so mad I'm out of town that weekend, man. We
definitely a Michelle's burger. Smash burger.
Okay. Going out of Zim talking about youth leagues and things like that. So it's been 10 years now. And I think, I was looking it up here online. It was May 17th. So just like May 17th, 2016 was my last story that I covered in Arkansas. It was the Armorel Arkansas Tigers state championship. It's where my kids went to school. They had won back-to-back titles then. And it was one of the most memorable just moments of just my writing career to end on a state championship and talk to the coach. That fall, I was friends with one of the assistant coaches on the team. He came out to Chicago to go to Hamilton with his wife to see Hamilton, and he brought me a state championship ring, and they gave me a state championship ring.
Nice.
Because I had covered them for 10 years while we were down there, and it was really a special moment. And so, high school.
Friday Night Lights season.
Yeah, it was just, it was
Permian Panthers.
Oh, I covered, youth sports for 10 years, and it's been 10 years since now. It's just, where has the time gone? And it was a lot of fun. Get out and support. If you can, the community. I coached soccer for 8 years while I was down there. My youngest daughter was a big soccer fan, and I coached her, and it was. So Zim, yep, I totally agree with what you're saying. I've done my duty.
Have you been to Des Moines before?
For you young guys now.
Have you been to Des Moines before?
I've just driven through it. I've never stopped. Yeah. Yeah.
PZ says I need to take you to Casey's for pizza. Have you had Casey's pizza yet?
I've had a Casey's pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a breakfast pizza from Casey's too.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. There's one in Mantino where my mom and dad used to live. So,
Zim, Casey's pizza yet?
Where do you think I got the beer, man? Casey's is Iowa's home for pizza and beer.
I mean, for like it was like $4.50 for 2 slices and a pop.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. They still run promotions all the time, man.
Yeah, I think it's $5.50 now.
I live in a town that's like 2.8 square miles or something ridiculous like that. We have a Casey's.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like the focus of the town, basically.
Yeah, basically, man. Every time you go there, it's popping off. God forbid I'm running late for work and need to get gas. The entire town is there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I came out here and people were telling me, well, Casey's has pretty good pizza. I'm like, the gas station? You know, I was new out here.
I was the same way, man.
Pretty good, man.
It took me about a week to get convinced. It was quick.
Number 3 largest pizza retailer in the U.S. behind Papa John's and Domino's.
Really?
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow.
Really?
Is that crazy? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to try it, Danikin. I mean, it's
nice.
For gas station pizza, it's got to be
pretty good, huh?
Yeah. They got some good ones too. They have a brisket pizza, chopped brisket. That's pretty good.
Wow.
Their breakfast pizza.
Brisket and pickles. The
brisket pizza is great. To me, it's just a little dry. It needs like a
little dry
sauce on
it.
Yep. You throw a little picante or breakfast salsa or something like that on there. Yeah. It's perfect.
Some kind of sauce. Yep.
I like a good breakfast pizza though.
Oh, there's a Casey's in Story City. Okay. That's the one where he goes. That's not far from me. It's about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Story County. Yeah, all right. We got us ready to wrap it up and go around and do some shout outs and get you guys out of here. I know it's Danikin knows what day of the week it is for me.
Get busy.
The wife is home
Get
from
busy.
work. No, she's not working tonight. Yeah. It's like Monday she was home too, and we were so tired we both fell asleep. We missed it. What the heck? Yeah.
Man, your priorities are messed up, Tooch.
I know.
Sleep should be second.
And I'm getting old. I'll be 58 in a couple weeks.
Sleep when you're dead.
That's it.
Exactly. Why don't you start us off, Zim? We'll go around the clock.
Oh, I mean, I feel like my biggest shout out I already gave. Support local sports, support youth sports, support the youth in general, man. They're our future. So graduation season is among us. Tell the youth in your life that you support them, you love them no matter what, and give them genuine and honest advice. Don't try to push them one way or another. Just tell them what you have to offer them and let them make their own mistakes. It's the biggest piece of advice that I as a parent can give. I know I'm much younger than most of the parents in the audience as well, so take it for what it's worth. But that's what I've got for you. Honestly, thank you everybody who tunes in week after week. We can't do this show without those of you who watch, Twitter, YouTube, those who listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you are. It's just awesome getting this platform to do it, even if the only people listening are my parents. It's a good time.
That's it.
Fitz.
Shout out to Chickies. Great place if you are in the area or just want to find a great spot.
How far from the Strangler?
From the hillside, not far. I mean, so it's Roosevelt and Mannheim. So you're kind of
not far, right over
it's
there.
Not far at all.
If folks don't know what we're talking about, the Hillside Stranglers, where when you're coming into the city at Hillside, it goes down like one lane.
294 and 290 converge.
I-88, 290. Yeah, it's like ridiculous. They haven't fixed that yet, ever, have they?
No, it's still, I think, like 1 or 2 lanes to get into that.
So they called it the Hillside Strangler.
The Hillside Strangler.
The traffic gets strangled. It's a one choke point.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to the 3 of you and to Aldo for keeping this going every week. I think we really put on a quality show, and you guys, I look forward to it now. I look forward to waking up really tired on Thursdays or Wednesdays. Whatever.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
It's like every Thursday my work has free breakfast, so I'm like, I don't have to do anything. Well, I can go get some free breakfast at work and just pack some carrots for lunch or something, carrots and a peanut butter jelly or something, and I don't have to do much prep in the morning before I leave.
Yeah, I don't even care that it's that I got to wake up that early on Thursday anymore. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. You guys are always great. And let's can't wait to see you guys next Wednesday.
That's it.
All right.
For myself, of course, the chat was crazy tonight. It was lit.
Hilarious.
I was cracking up. I was laughing the whole time. I know you guys probably saw me laughing as I'm looking to the side a few times, looking at what people were saying. So shout out to you guys, man. Keep it lively, keep it fun. It's always cool. Shout out to Aldo, man. That video
was
had me crying at one point. That video was great, man. It's really good stuff, man. Good. Shout out to him. Of course, you guys. And I gotta save one. Of course, Three Kings. I do that all the time, but I'm gonna save this. This is one of my proudest things. My son, shout out to him, and I'm gonna let him see it. He's asleep now, of course, but I'm gonna let him see it tomorrow. Shout out to him. He made the A honor roll for the entire year.
Well, shout him out by name.
When I said, Daniel is well, he goes by DJ, of course, right? That's what we call him. But at school, he doesn't go by DJ. I just found this out. He goes by Daniel at school. He wants to be called Daniel. He doesn't want to. And I said, why do you do that? He said, well, they don't know me like my family does. So I was like, okay.
My son is the same way. Cool. It's like at work they call him Joseph. Yeah. And here we're just like Joey. Joey, take the trash out.
And Daniel, his middle name is Joseph. So
okay.
Daniel Joseph. Yeah. So, but shout out to him. A honor roll. He averages a 100 in math.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, that's his average in math for the entire year. I'm like, you didn't get anything wrong. So it's crazy. And then he had a field trip the other day, and it's funny to me because I'm like, you see your kid and he's like, he's a little goofy. You know what I mean? He's, whatever. This is just a kid, whatever. But
how old is he now?
He's 8. He's 8 years old. He's in 3rd grade. He's going to 4th grade. Yeah.
Going to 4th grade.
And so, he's at the field trip, and the field trip is there. All these kids are like surrounding him and stuff. And I'm like, man, my kid's the cool kid. You know what I mean? But they call him, and I'm thinking he's little, he's goofy or whatever. But they call him the GOAT at school. And I'm like, and he's like, he's all trying to be shy about it. I'm like, they call you the GOAT? What do they call you that for? And he's like, I don't know. They just do. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So he's kind of humble about it, but he's pretty cool, man. I like my kid.
Love it.
All right, Daniel. All right. Your son is in between my 2 girls. And I have an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, and they'll be a 7 and a 9-year-old.
Okay.
So the 7-year-old will be 8 July 7th, and the 9-year-old will be 10 on Friday. So a little birthday party here at the house this weekend. Got to get ready. My wife will be cooking lots of Filipino food. Got to shout out you guys. That was fun. Two great shows in a row this past week and last week. And then all those videos was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man. That video.
I'm definitely going back and watching that again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a classic right there.
I'll never forget the stained underwear.
Oh,
all right. Well, and the chat was fantastic. Like you said, the Barflies, thanks for tuning in. You make it all worth it. All right, fellas. I got to wish my soon-to-be 10-year-old Alita happy birthday. So Friday, May 22nd. All right, fellas. Great show. We'll see you next Wednesday, everybody.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.